The selfishness of the average American is absolutely mind-boggling. And every single day I wake up, I get to walk outside my door and witness some of the wildest behavior you could possibly imagine. And I am left gasping for air because I am laughing my butt off at how people act, but moreover, how they think. Listening to the words that come out of their mouths is absolute comedy because Americans do not understand how selfish they are. Because see, here in the States, you don't have to interact with the outside world. South America, Asia, Europe. You don't have to interact with any of these places. Yes, you can online, but you don't have to because this country is huge. It is ginormous. In comparison to ancient empires like Sumer, oh my God, is it massive? Sumer is an American state. Even if you move it forward into the Babylonian days under the Achaemenids, not even close. Then you can go to ancient Greece, Athens, their empire during the 5th century BC. Tiny, a fraction of the size of America. It is a blip. Even the Roman Empire was small. The Arab conquests do not match the amount of space America holds within its borders. It is a giant empire. And it's not just the contiguous states, of course. There are more islands, there are more territories and properties, not to mention how many other areas of the globe America controls by proxy. This land is huge. And you're inculcated as an American to not seek any other inputs. They want to keep you and successfully keep people in this feedback loop where it's all America all the time. We're the number one reality show. Everybody's tuning into us and nobody else matters. They're all passive consumers. They're all dumbed down, completely feeble, have no common sense, can't strategize, can't think for themselves, can't be dependent, can't produce anything. We just put on a show for them because we're the best, we're America, we're exceptional. That's all you're given here. Now, of course, this facade has faded in a major way. Nobody outside of America believes this, and more people in the country are beginning to realize that this is not true, though America tries really hard to keep it that way. But it is wild to listen to the way people speak here in this country. It's remarkable that I've come to this realization because it's really difficult to get here, to listen to how people talk about their neighbors, talk about the economy, talk about social issues. It's wild. People don't understand how individualized they become. Everyone's out here trying to take money from others. They're not trying to build anything. They're just trying to rip people off. They're trying to scam. They're trying to build brands so that they can sell BS that's regurgitated from somebody else who's selling BS, who go up the pyramid step by step by step by step by step, and you find 5, 10, 15,000 people all peddling nonsense for exorbitant fees. You have most people doing jobs that don't matter, and then whenever they get off the clock, or even when they're on the clock taking a pooping on company time, they're dreaming up ways to get rich so they can flex on everybody else and then call everybody else broke boys so that they can piss on other demographics, so they can piss on other communities, because they don't care about other communities. They don't care about this land. They don't care about anyone who lives in it. They only care about themselves and their pockets and how fat they are. It's remarkable. And you can listen to it in even the most subtle statements, even the most subtle phrases, the way that somebody acts whenever money is mentioned, whenever scheming is mentioned, whenever somebody else is mentioned, the hating on other people, the pocket watching on other people. Oh, he just made $100, man, I gotta make 200. Or, oh, I gotta hit him for 100 because F him. I'm that guy. I should be the best. I should be getting rich because I'm king and people are gonna bow before me. There's all of this energy coming off of people without even them noticing, because that's just how they were raised. And I can tell you this because A, I'm an American. B, this was me. This was who I was years ago. Late teens, early 20s. It's all I cared about. I just cared about getting money. I cared about getting famous. I cared about being that guy and being able to flex on all the broke boys, you know, to pull up in the new car and say, what's up? You don't got it, but I do. That was me. And it was me because I got fed it every single day. It was my morning Wheaties. It's the thing that made me strong with all that fake garbage, all that fake strength, but it made me very weak. It made me very vulnerable because I couldn't depend on anyone. I didn't have anybody in my life that I trusted. I was paranoid. Everybody in America is so, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, I can't trust my neighbors. Oh, I can't trust the people who work at the grocery store, the guy at the gas station scamming me, whatever. There's all of this distrust. Nobody can look at each other and say, oh yeah, you got my back and I got your back. Nobody can really do that. Great example. If I went to the gas station in basically any place across America, unless it was a very small town where I grew up there and they know me because we're related, or because somebody I'm dating is related to them, or we went to the same church, or he was my baseball coach as a kid, whatever. I can't walk into a gas station and say, hey, I don't have enough money, aka I have $2 in my wallet, but I need $2.50. I can't go in there and say, hey, I'm just going to run to my car down the street. I parked it. Let me go grab the $2. I'll be right back. But he'll give me the item. People can't do that here. There's no trust. There's no ability to interact here because it's all game theory. And if you know game theory, you know that nobody wins. The only one who wins is the person watching with the popcorn. The only one who wins is the agency that runs propaganda and marketing here in the country. They're the only ones that wins, right? The CIA memes laughing their butt off whenever they hear certain cultural phrases, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's that, but for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't matter where you went to high school, who you know, who you don't know, where you can go and where you can't go. It doesn't matter. That's the game here across the country for every single inhabitant. Because if they have everybody in America trying to one-up each other, trying to quote-unquote get ahead of who? Get ahead of the person across the street. Get ahead of the person you're rooming with. The person that is your quote-unquote bestie that you go to drinks with on Thursday night for happy hour before you go out clubbing because, hey, my corporate job isn't really that important. I don't really do anything anyways. It's that shit. It's every single person across this country. They're all being pounded with the same information over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't matter if you're on threads talking about this or this or this politically or socially or culturally. It doesn't matter. It's all an echo chamber. You're getting fed the same nonsense every single day and nobody steps away because you're rewarded for being this way. They give you these little trinkets, these little toys, these little snacks, pieces of candy, so that you keep going, so you keep fighting and clawing and scrapping in this arena for the people who are just watching with their feet kicked up saying, oh my God, it's working. They can't believe it. They can't even believe some of these days that it actually works, and it works so seamlessly. This is America. This is the land of opportunity. Opportunity to do what? F your neighbor over, commit infidelity, be completely immoral, be degenerate to the core, and just chase after your own materialistic, hedonistic pleasure at the expense of anyone and everything. That is America. That's this land. Granted, I will say, after that, that I do love living here. And I've never lived anywhere else. So, maybe I'm part of the problem. But, what do I know?